Dr. Murugesh, are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
But Pradeep sir is having some audio problem. Okay, but can we request any other person to switch on the video? You know, I want to interact with all the faculty members. Anybody can switch on the audio video, one person at a time at least. Hello? Everybody told ladies also, I heard saying good morning, but now they are not saying good morning. I think they are smiling and enjoying, saying that what is this trainer? He wants us to switch on the audio video. We are in the house, we are not in the formal dress or something like that. They want to laugh. No, can I request
Yes,
all of
sir.
you to, yeah, one of you have to switch on the video, madam.
Okay, sir.
I need to
Because
speak to you because I know all of us have attended maybe 200 webinars for the last 1.5 years. Am I right, madam? No, madam
yes, sir.
also. But I need to interact with you. I can't interact with you without looking at the person, right? Your good name?
Yes, sir. My good name is Harshali Patil, Professor Harshali Patil.
So I think you spoke to me the other day also, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are from English
Yes, sir.
department from Maharashtra.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From
Okay.
Shegav Engineering College.
Yes, yes, you spoke to me, I remember. So now let us
Yes.
continue. So, but are you also feeling shy to switch on the video? Are you feeling shy to
Um.
talk to the trainer? No, I'm
Yes,
just
sir.
asking.
Because I'm at
I
home,
wanted to know the
and I'm not
truth.
in a formal dress. Actually,
That is what I
that
told
was a
you.
problem.
Even if you're not in a formal dress, it is all right. If you want, you show only your neck and above. You
Okay.
don't have to
Okay.
show the dress also, nothing to worry. But I feel we are all experienced teachers, faculty members, assistant professors, associate professors, professors, senior professors. I think at this experience, we should not feel shy to switch on and speak. I know each one of us had 200 webinars for the last 1.5 years. Am I right? No, now there is
Somebody
all
else might be on
happening.
actually.
So now I'm not speaking to Patil alone. I'm speaking to all the 25 people. I hope understanding. Right? I also came to know that there are faculty members from 10 different states. I cannot speak in uh, because everybody needs to get clarity. Harshali Patil, are you able to hear my voice?
Sir, I'm getting your voice, but there is lot of noise coming from the background because some of the
I think
participant, its mic is not mute. So I would request Murugan sir to please request that person to mute his mic.
Yeah, ma'am. I
uh,
mute that person.
Kumar College computer science expert is there, Dr. Murugesh. He knows who is actually talking because from the screen he has got that control, I think.
Yeah, sir. I muted that person, sir.
He has muted, so we can mute forcibly also. But that is not what I want. I want all faculty members to have the access to audio and video so that everybody can switch on and say, "Sir, I want to ask you this question. I want clarification. I want. I am not just interested only in certificate. Certificates. I will give you 100, 200 certificates in one day. That is not a problem. But I think we need to learn, right? Is that right? Harshali Patil has switched off the mic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, but your mic.
You are very correct, sir.
Okay. So now you remember,
That's
madam, we
that.
will begin the session. What was the slide which we discussed? You remember this slide? Are you able to see my slide?
Yes, sir. The slide is like now it is
This
not
is the
visible.
slide which we
It was some quote given by Albert Einstein, and yes, student is not a container. You have to fill, but no, student is not a container. You have to fill, but a torch you have to light up.
So that is what
And I remember, sir, that we discussed about the definition of communication, and that was given by you, that communication is to understand that the listener have understood what you said in a way you want him to understand.
fantastic. Absolutely. You are getting a 5-star chocolate for this answer.
Sir, I'm waiting for my earlier chocolates also.
Yeah,
Still, I
yeah,
have not got.
all will come from Tamil Nadu. You have to wait for some
Yes,
time because of Corona, they are not
yes, sir.
able to send it. Very good.
Definitely, sir.
Very good.
So we
So
were
now,
talking about communication, and it's like interactive communication. And then you also gave a certain example how you want your class to be, interactive or active communication. So that's how you gave an example. And at the end, we come that it should be interactive and experiential, interactive kind of words were there.
fantastic. So now, can you tell me what is the next slide which is written there?
The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn.
So now you see the meaning of this. I don't have to explain. I am sure all the faculty members who are attending this video conferencing call will understand. In earlier days, if somebody cannot read a newspaper, if somebody cannot write his name in his own language, we used to call them as illiterate. Do you agree with that, Patil?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But now,
Yes.
the definition of illiterate has changed in 21st century. We all of us are in 21st century, right?
Yes, sir.
The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write. If you cannot read and write, you cannot call them as illiterate. But then who should be called as illiterate? But those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. You need to learn many things, whether you are a computer science teacher, or English teacher, or a mathematics teacher, or a physics teacher, or a chemistry teacher, or mechanical engineering teacher. You have to learn many things. And
Yes, sir.
sometimes that old concepts and old theorems and old LAW law and theorem principles might have got obsolete. So therefore we have to unlearn those things. And then we have to relearn certain things for the benefit of keeping in touch with the topics, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
That
very
what
correct.
I want all of you to understand is we should focus on 3 words: learn, unlearn, and relearn. Is that clear to you, Patil?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you tell me what is this person telling? It is written at the bottom of the slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure. Teach your student to doubt, to think, to communicate, to question, to make mistakes, to learn from their mistakes, and most importantly, have fun in their learning.
Yes. So I don't want to repeat what we discussed day before yesterday. We are now focusing on learning and not just teaching. Of course, teaching will happen. Of course, teacher will be there in the classroom. But the focus is on what? Madam also is not answering.
Focus is on learning.
Learning. Therefore, this scientist, after doing so many years of research, he has given one quote. And what does he say? Yes, we are going to teach, but you have to teach your students to doubt. Let them get doubts. You cannot shout at the students saying that useless fellows, you don't know anything, you are having doubt in every topic. How can I complete the syllabus? How can I cover the syllabus? That is not the way
Very
we
correct.
have to respond. Teach your students to doubt. Only when they get doubts, you can clarify. And when they get clarification, they can do wonders. Teach your students to doubt. Teach your students to think. Teach your students to communicate. But we are not allowing them to communicate because we say, all of you maintain pin drop silence. I am saying all 60 students cannot speak simultaneously. So one student will speak at a time. After 1 minute, another student will speak. After another 2 minutes, another student will speak. You understand the meaning of speaking?
Yes, yes.
Communicate. He may communicate with his neighbor. He may communicate with the teacher. He may communicate with somebody else, no problem. But we have to teach our students to doubt. We have to teach our students to think. We have to teach our students to communicate. You have to teach your students to question you. Nothing wrong. How dare you question me? I am a teacher. I have 30 years of experience. You should not feel bad about it. He will
Yes,
question you.
yes,
He will ask you what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, what are the applications, what is the limitation, when do I use, where do I use, who should use, who should not use. All these questions they will ask. Am I right or wrong, Patil?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
you
sir.
should teach
Correct.
your students to make mistakes also. Nothing wrong if they make a mistake, but we should not shout. If they come to the laboratory and they're making some experiments, some fire will come. Nothing wrong. We have to control that. That is all. But let them learn from the mistakes. That is what the meaning. Teach your students to make mistakes and also teach your students to learn from their mistakes. And the last point is very important. Can you read that last point? Most importantly, have what?
And most and
Have
most
what?
importantly, have fun. And most importantly, have fun in their learning.
Yes, there should be fun in the classroom. Fun does not mean you are talking about Rajnikant or Amitabh Bachchan or Shah Rukh Khan or Amir Khan or Salman Khan or Priyanka Chopra or Kajal Agarwal. We are not talking about film stars. We are not talking about Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, Anushka Sharma. We are not talking about sports people. We are not talking about celebrities. We are talking about our subject. We are having fun by talking about the subject. I hope you understood, all of you. Can you please
Yes,
reply to me in the chat box that what you are you understanding what we are discussing? Because only Patil is talking to me. Others are not willing to talk. Okay, Patil, have you
yes.
understood? I am not saying fun is about films. I am not saying fun is about
No,
video
fun.
games. Fun about the
The
subject
over
which you
there,
are
fun means
teaching. Fun about the subject which
yes,
you are teaching. Are you understanding?
yes, sir. Yes.
And madam,
Over
now
here,
I'm going to ask you a
yes,
question. Can you tell me, when you are teaching basics and concepts and fundamentals of the subject to the students, you should have fun. If there is no
yes,
fun,
sir.
they will not be able to understand the basics and the concepts and the fundamentals, and therefore they will not have good foundation.
Yes, sir.
So, fun does not mean about talking about your love marriage, arranged marriage, or your girlfriend or boyfriend. You are talking about the subject. Are you getting my point, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what is the spelling of the word fundamental, madam? Your English
Yes,
teacher
sir.
should tell me spelling of
Yes,
the
sir.
word fundamental.
Fundamental. Fundamental. Fundamentals.
Fantastic. Now, is this spelling correct?
Yes, sir.
But there is some space given between N and
Space.
D and A
Yes,
and
yes.
M, right?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
you
But
know,
that is done intentionally.
now intentionally, now I will tell you what the teacher who wrote intentionally like this. I asked him, what is that significance of writing like this? He says, when the teacher is teaching fundamentals of the subject, he should have fun in the class. If he is not having fun in the class, students will become what? The last six letters.
Mental.
So now are you understanding what is the intentionally done?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Teacher is supposed to have
Absolutely
fun
correct,
in the
sir.
class
Absolutely
when
correct.
the teacher is teaching fundamentals. If he is not having fun, the students will become, nobody is answering. Students will become, Patil is also not
Yes.
answering.
No, sir. Actually, my kid just wake up and he is asking for me. So I just gave him certain
Okay.
instruction. So
So now
being at home, this is the disadvantage that everybody take us for granted. They don't understand that I'm having a meeting. Especially kids don't understand this.
yes. So now you understood the significance of this slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Can you tell us what is the significance of this slide?
So the significance of this slide is that teacher has to engage their student, and he has to look after that it becomes a active learning. It should be a two-way learning where a student should be involved into the discussion, and such kinds of teaching has to be framed out. Such kinds of lecture has to be delivered out where students take active participation, where they get so much indulged in the subject that nothing else should disturb them. And for this, teacher has to take certain efforts to make it more creative, to make it more impactful and enjoyment for the student also. Like for example, if the students are like of like a school going student, then taking quiz and a classroom competition or any kinds of such things. It should not be only a monotonous. It should be a monotonous teaching should not be there. Theoretical should not be there. Question should be thrown to the student. Certain quizzes should be organized so as to make it more active, so that the student get involved in the subject creatively.
Fantastic. So now you understood the meaning of having fun in the class,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I want you to read this quote of another person.
If a child can't learn the way we teach, maybe we should teach the way they learn.
So child does not mean LKG child or UKG child or a first standard child. Every student is called as a child. Do you agree? If
Yes,
a
sir.
child if
Yes.
a child cannot learn the way we teach, what should we do? Madam is not
Yes, sir.
answering. If a child cannot learn the way we teach, what should we do as a teacher?
Maybe we should teach the way they learn.
So that
Maybe
is
we
what I
should
want.
adapt. Yes, we
That
should
is what I
adapt
want
to see.
all the people who are attending this video conferencing call to understand. We cannot teach the way our teacher taught us. We cannot teach the way in every hour, in every class the same way. Lecturing,
Yes.
chalk and talk may not solve the problems, but that does not mean lecturing is bad. It does not mean chalk and talk is bad. But you
We
have
have to
to
find out
use
new ways of
many other
teaching.
methodologies to make them to get engaged in the learning. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have to
So
find out
now what
new
I'm
ways of
trying to
teaching
tell
to
you,
make them more engaging.
yeah, can you just tell me what are the other possible methodologies we can use? What are the other possible methodologies we can use?
Forming a group of a student and then
Yeah,
assigning them certain question based on the topic, and
can
then
you?
asking them to have a brainstorming.
Yeah, tell me, madam. So, a lot of
Yes,
methodologies you have mentioned already.
there are a lot of methodologies, sir, but one which I use, I would like to share that.
Yeah.
Many times, since my subjects are theoretical in nature,
Yes.
so though like having getting a notes is not a big deal nowadays. So what I do, that I divide certain section. First I give them certain instructions, and then I divide those question among the group of the student. I give them certain time for brainstorming, and then I ask that particular group to represent, any one of the group member can represent that group and can give the answer properly. And while giving the answer, I ask that student to come in front and to first have a formal greeting, tell his name, then the question, then go for the answer, and at the end just summarize in a short. So when we are doing this, there are number of things we practice, like student get a chance to express themselves in a public. So and also it also help them to have learn or to revise their presentation skills. And when they are doing a brainstorming, there is lot of exchange of ideas among the group members. So the same topic is diversified into multiple ideas. So they are having a multiple ideas on the same topic, and likewise it helps them to think or to get to know that topic in a very short period of a time. So if there are
Fantastic.
6 units, so
Madam,
I will divide that
I
6 unit among the 6 groups.
I appreciate your answer, but only in order to discuss many points or all the points, I request you to give a one-line answer because you are giving me one paragraph answer. So same thing we have to state it in one line, and you are an expert in English, right?
Group discussions. Group discussion.
No, what I meant is when you are trying to give me an answer for the question, you are giving me a lengthy answer. So people will lose track of what we are saying. So we have to give one line answer or one sentence answer so that people will catch it up easily. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fantastic. So all of you understood what is the meaning of this particular slide, but I want Madam to read the next slide. Madam, before reading the next slide,
Yes,
I want to ask you a question. Did you go to a shop to buy some clothes for your family members?
many a times, sir. Many
Many
a
a time. So
times.
do you buy the same size shirt for everybody?
No, sir. No, sir. The size keeps on changing, sir.
So now can you read this content?
Teaching and education are not one size fits all.
So now you got the point now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It has to
So
keep on
you
changing.
cannot
One
say
has to be
that this
dynamic.
is how I taught last year, this is how I taught 2 years back, I will continue to teach the same way. Because teaching is not one size fits all. You have to have different types of methodologies to take care of everybody's learning. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir. Completely. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now, do you also agree after discussing for so long, last 2 days back and today, you all of us are being teachers with PhD and master's degree, bachelor's degree, a lot of years of experience, intelligent people, hardworking people, smart working people, dedicated people. All of us, I agree. I congratulate all the teachers for having such good, things in their profession. But the point is, do you agree that we need to change?
Yes, sir. We need
And
to
so
change
do
first.
you agree, madam? You give me one word answer, 2 word answer, 3 word answer, but not one paragraph answer.
Paragraph. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we need
Yes,
to change.
I agree.
Yeah. So do you agree that change is necessary for all of us?
Yes, sir.
So we thought change is necessary, but now read this. Author says what?
Change is not merely necessary to life. It is life.
So that is the meaning. We thought it is necessary to life, but this author says it is life. Change itself is life. Every day I may have to change. Every semester I may have to change. Every topic I may have to change my methodology. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir. You are completely right.
Change is life. So somebody says, I can't take online classes because I can't see the students, I can't see their body language,
ए
I can't
विराज
see
दूध
they're
घेतलं का तू?
enjoying. I can't see because of the bandwidth problem. I can't see because of audio problem. I can't see because of video problem. I really don't know whether they are participating. I don't know. But can you see what is there on the screen, madam? Nobody.
Yes, sir. It's
I
clearly
know
visible.
they are not 17-year-old people, but they are working people, but they are attending MBA classes. Now, are they enjoying their learning?
Yes, sir. It
Are
seems
they
to be.
showing the activity which was given to them? Are they showing to the rest of them?
Yes, sir.
Are they learning?
Yes, sir.
Are they sleeping?
No, sir. They are enjoying.
What I am requesting. So whether it is online class or offline class or face-to-face class, it is all depends on us. If we are
Yes, sir.
determined to ensure learning, there was one quote which my teacher told me, and I want to repeat that. Where there is a will, nobody is answering. Madam, you are not able to answer me.
Sir, yes, sir.
Where there is a will, there is a quote in English, where there is a will,
There is a way.
But you should tell me quickly, no? Where there is a will, there is a way. So that
Yes,
willpower
yes, there
is
is a
required for not only students, but also for all of us being the teachers. And another sentence which I want to tell you is there are no shortcuts to
success.
success. You told me, I did not tell. I cannot become a successful teacher or a popular teacher or a famous teacher or professional teacher until unless I work hard for it. I cannot, there are no shortcuts to success. The next line, there is no substitute for
There is no substitute for hard work.
hard work. You are telling, I am not telling. So nowadays hard work is replaced by hard work and nobody
Smart
is
work.
work. See, that also you are only telling. So that is what I am trying to say. Even in online class, every student should enjoy learning, participate in the active discussions and activities. See, they are preparing something, they are showing and everything they are enjoying. But more than anything else, all of us should know what this author has told. Can you please read, madam?
Yes, sir. Teacher, I believe, are the most responsible and important members of society because their professional efforts affect the fate of the earth.
My God, the fate of the earth is in your hands because teachers are the most responsible and important members of society. Teachers are the most responsible, Jimmedari, responsible and important members of society because teachers' professional efforts affect the fate of the earth. You can imagine what is the amount of importance a teacher has got in this world. Are you understanding, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Another person says this. Can you please read?
The progress of the world depend almost entirely upon education.
So that education, your breakfast is education, your lunch is education, your dinner is education because you are in the department of education and you are a faculty member, you are a teacher, you do nothing other than education business. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
The progress of the world, dunya, not country, not Tamil Nadu, not Karnataka, not Maharashtra. The progress of the world depends upon education. So therefore, you are very important. And madam, do you celebrate Teachers' Day on 5th September in your college? Nobody is answering.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Others are not answering, only Patil is answering, but Patil has got a child who is disturbing, maybe not requesting for food. But others are keeping quiet. Why others cannot speak, I cannot understand. Anybody else can speak to me now, other than the Patil? I just cannot understand why we have fear of talking.
Yes, sir. We are celebrating the Teachers' Day.
Okay, what is your name?
Sir, Suresh.
You are from which college?
Salem Sona College of Technology.
Okay, yours is supposed to be one of the top colleges of Salem, am I right,
Sir, pardon,
Sona?
sir. It's not audible, sir. Yes, sir.
Sona College is supposed to be one of the most popular college in Salem, am I right?
Yes, sir.
But what is written on the slide? Did you understand what I have been discussing for the last few minutes?
Sir,
Can you read what is there on the PowerPoint presentation?
the progress of the world depends almost entirely upon education by the George.
In the field of what? What is your business? Education business or cloth business or gold business?
Yes, sir.
We are all faculty members. We are in the gold business or in the education business.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
So the progress of the world is on education, and that is what is in your hands. Now you told me that we celebrate Teachers' Day. In whose honor? In whose name?
Sir, Radhakrishnan, sir.
Now, do you know he has written many books which are there in your library? Nobody is answering. Have you read any book written by Dr. Radhakrishnan, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan? See, that professor from Salem is stopped talking to me. I don't know. I am not able to understand why people are not willing to talk to me. Okay, Patil, madam, I think you have to talk. Is there any problem in the audio video? I don't know. If nobody is answering, I get a feeling that there is some network issue.
So good morning, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Madam, you have to talk to me, madam, not just listening, because this is what is interactive learning, experiential learning, collaborative learning, deeper learning. Then only
Yes, sir,
our
of course.
students become successful. Then only our country will become
Actually,
successful.
I had some network issues, sir. That's why I couldn't connect.
I know. Whole world is facing network issue. You tell me your name, madam.
Pushpalata, sir.
College.
Sri Vidyaniketan Engineering College from Tirupati.
The other day also, right?
Yeah, sir. No, your voice is breaking, sir. We are unable to hear you.
There is some crosstalk going on. Now are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, madam from Vidyaniketan also stop talking. No. Renu Chakar. Are you there, Renu?
एक बार प्लीज चेक कर लीजिए आप लोग और उसको डाउनलोड कर लेना अभी के अभी.
Language, don't know. Renu Chakar.
देखो बेटा मैंने शेयर कर दिया.
Pushpalata, are you there?
आ गया?
No, I don't know what to do because Pushpalata says network problem.
एक बार ओपन करके देखो उसमें. टेक्निकल
आप
एंड दोनों.
बात करता है मैडम.
Yes, sir.
Arshali Patil only can speak.
Harshali Patil from Maharashtra, sir.
Yeah, please switch on video, madam.
So video. Okay.
You are taking
नीचे है बेटा उसमें देख तो सही.
Renu Jakar, are you there?
नीचे है टेक्निकल एनालिसिस.
No, नीचे हिंदी में बात. रेणु आप किससे बात कर रहा है?
हाँ ओपन हो रहा होगा. अभी जो मैंने अभी पॉइंट्स बोले वही सारे पॉइंट्स होने हैं बच्चे इसमें.
मैडम आप किससे बात कर रहा है? No, I don't know. Dr. Murugesh, I think you have to control Renu Jakar and others. Audio crosstalk is coming. Murugesh, are you there? Murugesh is also missing.
कंट्रोल ऐप करके देख आ जाएगा. हाँ टेक्निकल है इसमें.
Yes, sir.
Murugesh, are you
Sir,
there?
actually the problem is that I am like continuing this from my mobile. So if I like switch on the camera, then there is a bandwidth.
कोई नहीं आ जाएगा.
Okay, you keep talking to me, madam. Do you know what Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan has told in
because मैंने वही जो मैंने अभी डिस्कस किया ना आप लोगों से. वही सारे इसके अंदर.
I can't hear you properly.
No, that is because somebody is
someone
doing
mic is-
crosstalk and Dr. Murugesh is missing. He is not able to help us in controlling the crosstalk.
I think now it has stopped.
Ah,
Yes, sir,
so
not stopped.
now, Arshali Patil, my question is,
Still going on, I think.
according to Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, teacher is a student
Yes, sir.
till his death. Teacher is a student till his death. Can you repeat what I told?
A teacher is a student till his death.
Meaning you have to keep learning till we die.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is the meaning. And he also told in another place in the book, teacher ceases to be a teacher the moment he stops learning. Can you repeat? Teacher ceases.
Yes.
Ceases means stops. Teacher ceases to be a teacher the moment he stops learning.
Yes.
Are you understanding?
Teachers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is what I want you to understand. So importance of a teacher is that much, right? And you know,
Yes.
you also heard of another quote which says, the future of every country depends on the youth of the country. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And youth of the country, for all of us, who is the youth in our colleges?
Our student.
Students. So the future of the country lies in the hands of our students. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The future of our country lies in the hands of the students, and the students' future lies in whose hands?
Teacher's hand.
Teachers' hands. So, which means future of the country lies in whose hands?
Teacher's hand.
So now
Indirectly.
you see the importance. The future of the country is in your hands, my dear faculty members. Please take it very carefully, right? So now, but for
Yes, sir.
everything we need to plan. Everything we need to plan. Every 1 hour class we need to plan. Why? Because the quote which says failing to plan is actually planning to fail. Have you understood, madam? Failing to plan is actually
Yes,
planning
sir.
to fail.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you explain the meaning of this sentence in one line or two lines? Don't give me one paragraph answer. Failing to plan is actually planning to fail.
So it means that if we like being a teacher, if we don't plan out our teaching learning activities, student would get confused, and in turn they will also learn the same thing from the teacher, not to plan the things.
So
So it's
that is
very
so
important for a
if
teacher because we are
failing to
ideal
plan
for
is
them in a many
actually
ways.
planning to fail. Madam, one sentence I requested, but you are giving me
I
20.
can't, sir, because I do
So that
understand
is
what
our
you mean to say.
English teacher, madam. You should be able to give. Okay. Can you tell me
Yes.
what is the title of this building in the picture?
Department of Planning.
Why
Failing
there
to
is
a plan.
a circle? Why there is a circle on that word planning?
Um, might be that they have not planned the area for writing a space for that planning word.
And you can imagine that is the meaning. Only in the
Yes.
beginning, thought that spacing is okay, but in the end, they realize that
Ah,
the space is not
yes,
sufficient.
very correct.
That is
Yes,
because they have not planned.
yes, sir.
Should be the distance between two letters that they have
Yeah,
not
yeah.
planned because the
They
total
could have
length of the
planned it.
building
They
is
could have
such.
planned it properly.
So now you understood why I have given this picture.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that building is a department of planning, and they themselves are not planning.
Ah, yes, sir.
And
That is
they
what
will
it is.
what they will teach about planning to others. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Very clearly.
Sorry, I have put a picture which has got some film actor or a cigarette, but ignore that and read what is written at the bottom, madam.
An idiot with a plan can beat a genius without a plan.
Are you not feel like laughing?
Yes, sir. And it is
Ah,
very correct also.
ah, an idiot with a plan can beat a genius without a plan. So all of
Hmm.
you are genius according to me because you are all PhD, master's degree, bachelor's degree, experienced people, knowledgeable people, efficient people, effective people, hardworking people, smart working people. But the problem is you are a genius. But if you are not planning, then other idiots will beat us. Do you agree? Nobody is telling.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, I met one teacher and asked him, how many years of experience you have got? He told me, I've got 20 years of teaching experience. I said, I have a question to ask. He said, yeah, please ask me. What is the greatest lesson you have learnt in 20 years of teaching life? He said, sir, I will give you the answer in the form of a slide. Can you please read that slide, madam?
The
Yes, sir.
greatest
The greatest lesson I have learned in life is that I still have a lot to learn.
Do you agree with this teacher who has got 20 years of teaching experience?
Yes, sir.
Asked him what is that lesson you have learnt in after 20 years of teaching life. He says, the greatest lesson I have learnt in life is that I still have a lot to learn. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
I still have a lot to learn. We need to learn, and that is not an insult. Nobody will shout at you saying that you are a PhD and you still are learning. Yes, learning will continue till we retire from life. Am I right? Nobody is answering.
Yes, sir.
If I don't
Yes, sir. I'm listening to you, sir.
I am not happy with
I'm
my
listening to you, sir.
presentation. Okay, madam.
Yes, sir. That is why we have the 12th attribute as lifelong learning.
So, but the problem is, many of us feel that what is there for me to learn? I am a gold medalist in Anna University.
No, sir. In this
So that
universe,
is what-
our earth itself is like a peanut, and where are we then?
Now, I asked another teacher, have you tasted success? What is the question I asked Tamil madam? Tamil madam spoke to me, right? She is from Tamil Nadu. See, now that madam has stopped talking to me. Madam, just now you said lifelong learning is attribute of NBA and things like that. But why you are not talking to me now? No,
Sir, that is
Bhagavan.
me, sir, Pushpalata from Tirupati, not Tamil madam.
Pushpalata, now my question to you is,
Sir,
have you tasted success?
we cannot define success at one pace, sir, actually.
See, now it will become Arnab Goswami debate. What I am saying, we cannot define all that. If you tell the students also will become like that. Whatever is known to us, that is our definition. I am not saying we have not tasted success. When I asked one teacher, have you tasted success? He says very little. So then I asked him, what is the reason? He says, sir, I have the habit of giving excuses. I have the habit of giving, Pushpalata madam.
Sir, I'm listening.
I am asking you, I asked another teacher, have you tasted success? He says, not very much, very little. I asked him why. Then he said, I have the habit of giving excuses. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
I told him, please read this. Can you read for his sake?
Yes, sir. Success and excuses do not talk together. If you want excuses, forget about success. If you want success, do not give excuses.
So don't you think this is true to everybody's life?
Yes, sir, obviously.
So can you read the next slide?
You never change your life until you step out of your comfort zone. Change begins at the end of your comfort zone. So we need to take the risk and we need to come out of this comfort zone, sir.
So one
We
teacher
should
asked me.
face the challenges.
Yes. So one teacher asked
That is
me.
what experience is called.
Correct. So when you step out of your comfort zone, what zone will come? Somebody asked me.
Some sort of risk zone where we can experience different things.
Zone. What is there at the end of comfort zone? So I have shown this. Can you tell me what is there after comfort zone?
Fear zone, sir.
After fear zone?
Learning zone, growth zone.
Growth zone. So now every teacher wants to grow. Every teacher wants to become a vice chancellor. Every teacher wants to become principal. Every teacher wants to grow. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
If you are stuck in comfort zone, you cannot grow. So you have to come out of comfort zone. Why are we liking comfort zone? Because we feel safe and we feel in control. But that is not going to help us. So you have to come to the fear zone. I know. You got fear zone because you were affected by others' opinions. And because of that, we find excuses and maybe lack of self-confidence. So we don't want to come to the fear zone. But if you don't come to the fear zone, you can't go to the learning zone. Only that is what you told, deal with the challenges and problems, acquire new skills, and therefore you will be able to extend your comfort zone and then come to the growth zone. where you find the purpose and you will be able to live your dreams, you will be able to set new goals and you will be able to conquer objectives. Is that clear to you, Pushpalata madam?
Yes, sir, you're right, sir.
That's what I'm telling
That's
you.
true.
Can you please read what is written on the top of the slide?
Weapons of mass distraction are more dangerous than weapons of mass destruction.
What does that mean, madam?
Weapons of mass distractions are more dangerous. Yeah.
Can you give an example of a weapon
When
of
we are doing certain things, we'll get distracted, sir, actually. We'll stop the work and we get distracted.
Can you
So
give me
that
one
is more
example?
dangerous than the weapons, actually.
So can you tell me one example of a distraction weapon?
Phone, sir.
Absolutely right. You get a 5-star chocolate.
Sir, last time also I over chocolates, so
Madam,
4 chocolates.
Tirupati, it will come to Tirupati by courier after 1 week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Provided you give the postal address to the organizing committee. Okay. So now you understand phone. Phone is one example of a distraction weapon. What is the other one? So I will tell you some examples which other teachers have told me in the last month. They told me phone, Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube,
Yes, sir.
video games, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Sir, actually, why
Also,
I might get phone is everything is installed in that only, sir.
Instagram.
WhatsApp, Twitter, Telegram, everything is installed in the phone. So that
phone
one
is-
phone is enough to collapse everything.
Phone is more dangerous than
Anything
nuclear
else?
bomb. Nuclear bomb. It is more
Yeah.
dangerous than nuclear bomb.
Yes, sir.
So now I want to tell you, I also use phone. You are also using phone. We should use phone and take benefits of technology. We have to learn through phone. We have to use technology. We have to use phone, but we should not misuse or abuse or overuse. Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
So
But at
don't.
times it is creating a lot of problem also, sir.
So now you understand. So then one teacher told me, sir, I am not a great person, sir. I am not a great person. So this author says, can you please read Hemalata?
Pushpalata, sir.
Can you read?
You do not have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
To be great. All of you will become the best great teachers, but you have to start in that direction. So now can you see this man is standing on so many ladders lying there? Parvati? Madam Pushpalata.
Sir, you called
Can you read?
Parvati, so I just kept quiet, sir.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many resources you have. The
Ah.
last line I'm unable to see, sir, because
Anybody else can read? Anybody else can read? Anybody else can read? Can I read Lata madam?
Yes, sir, please, sir. Because it is unable to, I couldn't see that line.
Are you able to see?
No, sir, only the top line, bottom line, I'm unable to see.
So it does not matter how many resources you have. If you don't know how to use them, it will never be enough.
Yeah, sir, that's true.
Now tell me.
We should know how to use it, sir.
Yes, everybody will complain about resources. I don't have a computer, I don't have a internet connection, I don't have a laboratory, I don't have a infrastructure, we don't have a good salary. All these, everybody will complain. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Of course.
But now tell me, Lata madam, you
Sir.
tell me, how many ladders he is having, that person?
We cannot count, sir, because it is in zigzag puzzle.
Many. Can you say without counting many? Many.
Yeah, many.
Is he able to climb?
Yeah, sir, he
Nobody.
can. He can, sir.
He can, but has he been successful? If he uses
No.
them like this, I think,
No.
madam,
He could
you're
have,
not getting my question.
sir, I got
Yes,
you, sir.
that is what I
He
am
could have
saying. He
used
could have.
one single ladder in a proper
Yes,
way.
that is what sometimes we will do like this also. We will have so
of
many
course.
resources, still we won't be able to do because
Yes.
we should know how to use them, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, madam, you are Lata madam, right?
Yes.
Have you purchased potatoes from the market?
Yeah, sir. Usually.
A potato, will it be hard or soft when you buy from the shop?
It will be hard, sir. When we boil it, it will become soft.
Soft. And you have also purchased egg, EGG egg.
Yes, sir.
When you boil
And
it,
it will be soft, and once it is boiled, it will become hardened.
So now can you read this sentence?
It's what you are made of, not the circumstances.
From the beginning.
From the beginning, sir. Okay. The same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's what you are made of, not the circumstances.
So that is what I am saying. Let us understand why potato becomes soft after boiling water. And with the help of boiling water, why the egg becomes hard because of the boiling water. So it is not what is important, it is what you are made of and not the circumstances. Is that clear to you, Lata madam? Nobody is answering me. Lata madam, are you able to hear me? No. Hello? Hello? I think others are not talking to me. Anybody is talking to me? Pushpalata madam. Harshali Patil? Joshvika? Anybody is there to answer me? Can somebody say good morning? My God, nobody is answering.
Sir, can hear you, sir. Good morning. We can hear you, sir.
No, but you have to speak to me. I'm not saying same person should speak. Every person can speak to me for 5 minutes. Ramya, can you please talk to me?
Sir,
No.
hello.
Ramya, are you talking?
Sir, I am not able to hear you properly, and I'm not able to see your screen also. From my end, I have a problem. That's why I put it in the chat message.
You are Pushpalata, right? Ramya is there. Sarandraj is there.
Yeah, it's right.
Ramya, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, but your voice is breaking for me. I think there is a glitch for me.
Now are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ramya, can you switch on your video? Bandwidth problem.
The language isn't a problem for me, sir.
But why
But
you are not speaking?
Internet issues.
Ramya madam, you are such a senior professor.
Now, sir, please, there are 1 minute. There are network issues here. That's why, though we are able to hear you, I'm not able to respond to you nor switch on my video. If I turn on my video, my team automatically closes.
Yeah, I appreciate. Throughout our country, we are facing network issues. And throughout the world also, I spoke to the professors of other countries. They told they are also facing network issues. But let us try as much as possible. Ramya madam, again, you are switched off. I don't know how to speak. Now, who is going to talk to me? Tell me. Murugeshan, sir, you have to tell all the people to switch on their audio at least. See, Ramya madam has switched on. And I'm requesting Murugesh to switch off the video so that bandwidth problem can be solved. So Murugesh has switched off. When only one participant switches on the video and audio, I feel that there may not be much of network issue. Okay? Ramya madam, you are from which college? I'm not able to hear because you have switched off your mic. You are on mute.
I'm from SRM.
Fantastic. I think I spoke to you last 2 days back
Yes,
also.
last lecture we spoke.
Now what is that we were speaking? Now you understood now about the egg and also the potato?
Yes, egg and potato. Yes, I understood.
So now I want you to read the next slide. Can you please read?
No, I'm not able to see your screen at all, sir. That's what I told you. I'm able to hear you alone. I'm not able to see you nor your screen.
My God, there is serious problem, but SRM University has to help you. That much I can tell you. Earlier, your Vice Chancellor was Sandeep Sanchetti, right?
Yes, sir.
Now he is not there. Otherwise, I would have spoken to him because he studied engineering in the same college where I studied.
Okay.
Both of us, 1 year difference between me and him. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, now I will read this. You please listen. But now, are you also able to appreciate SRM madam? Nobody is willing to talk to me except that.
What?
No, say hello to me at least. No.
What should
Jyoti,
be appreciated, sir?
not appreciate. I want you to talk to me.
Yes, I am online, but I'm not able to hear you properly because of your voice is breaking actually.
Okay, Jyoti, are you able to hear my voice? Jyoti. No. See, Jyoti madam is also not talking. I don't know. I am conducting daily trainings and every day the network is good. I don't know. People are saying that it is not working. Are you able to hear me, Ramya?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Now I will read because you are not able to read. Jyoti madam is.
Yes, I'm not able to see your screen.
Yeah, that is some other issue you are having. So I don't know how to solve that problem. But I know one thing that your college can help you to solve that problem. Okay. So now I will read this slide and you can understand. You can understand, I suppose. So I'm going to read the slide now. The capacity to learn is a gift. Capacity to learn is a gift. Ability to learn is a skill. Ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. The willingness to learn is a choice. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. If you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. Is that clear to you, madam? So that is what is the role of a teacher. I know some students are not interested to learn, but you have to convert them into the other side. Because once you change their, perception of teaching learning, they will become good. But only thing is, we have to put in that extra efforts and convert him from not willing to learn to determined to learn. Is that clear to all of you? Nobody is
Yes.
giving us. Yeah. So now, uh, 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 now I want all the faculty members to take their mobile phone. I'm going to play a small game. Is that clear? Madam,
Okay.
is it audible? Can you take all of you please take your mobile phones? All of you take your mobile phones and we are going to play a game. We are going to play what?
A game.
Game for which you have to open your browser. I hope all of you know what is browser, right? So, and once you open your browser, I will tell you what you should type in the browser. Okay, it's a very simple game we are going to play, and everybody should participate. There is nothing like marks, there is nothing like a test, there is nothing like assessment. It is just a fun game, but there is a lot to learn from that game, which will be useful to all of us in our profession. That is why I am asking you to do that. So now, I think that game is also having network issue now. It is just taking more time. So I will tell you what to do. Just give me 1 second. I will close this and again open. Parvati, So are you able to see me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, who is speaking to me? Can you tell me your name?
Sir, Pavitra.
Pavitra is from which college?
Sir, from Kumarasamy College of Engineering.
Yeah, please switch on the video. Because nobody is talking to me, I'm not understanding whether the network is a problem or what. They say they are able to hear me, but it is interactive learning. We have to ask questions, we have to answer questions, we have to learn from each other, right?
Okay, sir.
Now I am asking them to type something in their browser, but in the meantime the tool got disconnected. So I have to go to Kumaraswamy College email and then again click on that. So that is an issue. I don't know whether somebody disconnected the link or what.
No, sir. No, sir.
I don't know. Nothing was happening, so I closed everything and went back to your email and then clicked on the link once again. Okay. Now, but others are not speaking to me, madam. I don't know why. See, you also switched off your video. If you switch off video, then I feel that you are not there online.
No, sir. No, sir. I'm here only, sir.
But now I need to talk to somebody. I cannot talk to laptop screen, no?
Yes, sir.
I don't know, but all of us have attended 200 webinars for the last 1.5 years without switching on audio video. I am finding difficult in interacting with the people, right? So now others, are they able to hear me? I don't know. We don't know. Because Ramya madam says she can't see my slide. She can't see my face also.
So now it is clear, sir.
But madam is having some issue. Madam is having some issue.
No, now it's fine for me, sir.
It is okay for you, madam?
Can you hear me, sir?
I am able to hear everybody. I am able to hear
yes,
everybody.
Now it's fine.
But you have to speak louder. That is the only thing. You have to speak louder. That is the only thing. Okay, we will talk about that. That game we will play little later because it is taking time to open. I don't know why. That everybody seems to be having bandwidth issue. So this is MKCE. I wanted to finish that 5 minutes game so that we will get to know what is the meaning of that for our profession. See, it is taking so much time, so I am thinking of bringing the game little later. So in the meantime, let us go to our discussion only. Can we go to our discussion? I am going to share my screen now. I hope you will be able to see my screen. Open share. I am going to include the system audio. I want to show so many videos, but this whole thing is becoming a problem, this network issue. Are you able to see my slide, madam? Ramya, madam?
Yes, sir. I can see your slide.
Fantastic. So finally, we have solved the problem, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. So can you tell me what is the title of the slide?
Cognitive load approach to collaborative learning.
What do you mean by cognitive? What is the meaning of the word cognitive? Anybody can answer me? Ramya madam. Okay, I will give you the answer. Ramya madam? See, Ramya madam is not talking.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
So but you have to talk. I want to listen to your voice. I want to listen to your voice. Okay? Cognitive means involving conscious intellectual activity.
Yes.
So intellectual activities.
What are the examples of such activities? I have given 3 activities as examples for cognitive.
So thinking, I think.
Thinking,
Reasoning, remembering.
reasoning and remembering. So, if you want to think, if you want to reason, if you want to remember, it requires some sort of conscious intellectual activity. That is the meaning of the word cognitive as per English dictionary. But what is the importance of that for a teacher like you and me? Because cognitive skills are the essential qualities your brain utilizes to think, to listen, to learn, to understand, to justify, to question, and to pay close attention. Are you able to understand the meaning of cognitive skills? They are the essential qualities a brain utilizes. They are the essential qualities our brain utilizes to think, to listen, to learn, to understand, to justify, to question, and to pay close attention. Now tell me, Ramya madam, all these are required for our students or not? They need to think,
Yes.
they need to listen, they need to learn, they need to understand, they need to justify, they need to question, they need to pay close attention. All these are necessary for
Essential.
a student or no?
It is essential, very much essential.
So now what is that? Just like we are doing research in our subject, people also do research in cognitive psychology. In cognitive psychology, this is called cognitive load. Cognitive load refers to the used amount of working memory resources. Is that clear to you, madam?
Yes, sir.
See, our brain has got permanent memory and working memory, and in the language of engineering, we call it as RAM. You know RAM, random access memory.
Yes, sir.
Nobody is saying yes or no.
I
Yes,
said
sir.
yes, but
Random access memory,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
correct?
yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah, you are able to hear me?
yes, sir. Can
Yes,
you hear
sir.
us?
Random access memory. Are you able to see the slide? In cognitive
Yes.
psychology, cognitive load refers to the used amount of working memory resources. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, why? Because we need to understand the title itself. Without understanding the title, there is no point in talking about the subject. The title is Cognitive Load, Approach to Collaborative Learning. So that is why we are trying to understand what do you mean by that. So now can you read this, Professor? What is written on the slide?
Information may only be stored in long-term memory after first being attended to and processed by working memory.
So first, this is what a student should do. He cannot put it into the long-term memory just like that. So it can only be stored in long-term memory of the brain only after first attending to that and processing, and then working memory, and then permanent memory, long-term memory. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
But there is some, problem with working memory of a human being brain. And that is what is given in the first bullet point. Can somebody read the first bullet point?
Working memory, however, is extremely limited in both capacity and duration.
Not only for a student, even for a teacher, even for every human being in the world, working memory is extremely limited. Limited means in capacity as well as duration. Duration means how much time you can remember that. Working memory can remember only for a short interval of time. These limitations of a human being brain will, under some conditions, impede learning. Is that the second bullet point clear? These are limitations, but that will, create problem for learning, because working memory is, limited in capacity, it is limited in duration. And without working memory, you cannot put it into the long-term memory or permanent memory. So that process is, first you have to process it in working memory and then understand it and then try to push it to the permanent memory. But because of these limitations of the capacity, that is, memory size we say, and duration, we will find it difficulty to handle the information. So learning becomes little difficult. Now, can you read the first bullet of this slide, Dr. Ramya?
Yes, sir. Heavy cognitive load can have negative effects on task completion, and it is important to note that the experience of cognitive load is not the same in everyone.
Everybody cannot have the same experience of cognitive load. You understood what is the meaning of cognitive load, right? It cannot be same in all human beings, especially with the elderly people, with the students, and with the children. They experience different and more often higher amounts of cognitive load, which means same concept. If you are trying to teach to middle-aged people, they will be able to process it nicely in working memory and then send it to the long-term memory. But for very old people, senior citizens and above, or students and children, they experience that same concept. If they need to understand, they experience higher amount of cognitive load. Is that clear to you, Ramya madam?
Yes, sir, it is.
So now, because of that, what will happen? We have to reduce that load. See, it is like how many kgs of rice you can carry. We may carry 25 kgs, we may carry 50 kgs. Somebody in Chennai can carry 100 kgs, somebody in Bangalore may carry 125 kgs. But can you carry 500 kgs of rice on your head, Dr. Ramya?
No, sir.
That is what is exactly I am trying to tell. So because the cognitive load for students, for children, for young people and for old people seems to be more compared to the middle-aged people. So handling students, handling children, handling old age people, when you are trying to convey some information, because of that limitation, they experience that heavy load. Now, if I keep 500 kgs of rice on somebody's head, he may tolerate for 1 minute or half a minute, but after that he will collapse. Am I right?
Yes.
Nobody is telling.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But you have to talk to me, madam. Otherwise, I am thinking that your internet is disconnected. But you are saying, no, we are able to hear. It is not just
Sir,
my
1 minute.
speaking.
I'll just tell you one thing, sir. See, when you ask us a question, we are actually muted, okay? When you ask us a question, we'll have to go to the icon and unmute. So it just takes few seconds. By the time...
I agree with you. So cognitive load on you is also more now. Am I right?
Exactly.
That is exactly the topic which we are trying to see. Same thing is going to happen to students much more because they are younger than us. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, in order to reduce that cognitive load, by research it has been found out that if you can change your style of teaching, if you can change your instruction delivery, then that cognitive load impact or that uneasiness can be reduced in the students. Can you read this bullet, madam?
Sure, sir. The fundamental tenet of cognitive load theory is that the quality of instructional design will be raised if greater consideration is given to the role and limitations of working memory.
That is what, if you can improve the quality of instructional design. What do you mean by instructional design? The way you deliver the content, the way you teach, the way you conduct the class. If you can change that, that will definitely reduce the load on the working memory of students' brain. Otherwise, it will become like 500 kgs of rice. If you keep it on one person, he may withstand for 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. Afterwards, he will collapse. And that should not happen. Is that clear to you, Ramya? Not only to you, for all the people. Unfortunately, that Vidya Niketan madam also told about distractions. Phone is the biggest distraction. So now can you read about this? Surprisingly, cell phone is becoming a serious problem in the whole world. That is because we are supposed to use cell phone for improving our knowledge, but we are misusing, abusing, overusing. I hope I am clear to you, madam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you read this bullet?
Yes. With increased distractions, particularly from cell phone use, students are more prone to experiencing high cognitive load, which can reduce academic success.
Don't you think that we are facing this problem right now in every college? Honestly, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, even our teaching success also is getting reduced because of cell phone and because of that cognitive load increases. When cognitive load increases, we will not be able to be efficient. So that is where the problem is coming. I am not doing negative marketing for cell phone. I am also using cell phone, but I will not misuse, abuse, overuse. But I will use. Using is not crime. Abusing, misusing, overusing becomes a crime. But unfortunately, it is an addiction. Once you get addicted to cell phone, you don't want food, you don't want family members, you don't want children, you don't want husband and wife also. You want only phone. Am I right, Dr. Ramya?
Yes, sir.
I know you are laughing, enjoying, I am happy. Yeah. So that is what I am saying. Can you please read the next bullet?
Yes, sir. Learning by an individual becomes less effective and efficient than learning by a group of individuals as task complexity increases.
This is another research. When there is a group work, when there is a group work, when there is a team work, the cognitive load will reduce. That is why I am saying you should allow the students to work in a team. Maybe 4 people, 3 people, at least it has to be 2 people. It cannot be 1 person, because learning by an individual becomes less effective and less efficient than learning by a group of individuals, especially when the task complexity increases. This is all research done on this psychology, learning psychology. Am I right, doctor?
Yes, sir.
So that is why I am saying let us create that group work, team work, so that their cognitive load will reduce. And the next bullet, madam.
1 minute, sir. Dividing the processing of information across individuals is useful when the cognitive load is high because it allows information to be divided across a larger reservoir of cognitive capacity.
So that is the point. You have to, when you cannot carry 500 kgs, you have to divide that into 10 bags of 50 kgs. Then maybe 10 of us can carry. Or I myself will carry all the 10 bags one after the other. But that is more possible than carrying 500 kgs. Dividing the processing of information across individuals is useful because sharing of load when the cognitive load is high, because it allows information to be divided across a larger reservoir of cognitive capacity. Of course, these are all who did the research, in which year they did, how did they do, But the second point is important, madam. Can you read that?
Shall I go to the second point, sir? Swella?
First point is only the name of a scientist and the year in which he did the research.
Okay. Swella argued that instructional design can be used to reduce cognitive load in learners.
That is what I am trying to tell my dear faculty members. You may not like to listen, but I have to tell you, the way our teachers taught 30 years back is not suitable today because of the generation gap, because of technology, because of distractions, because of cognitive load becoming more, and therefore the students' efficiency is reducing. Do you agree with that, Dr. Ramya?
Yes, sir, I agree.
So only thing which can solve this problem is instructional design. What do you mean by instructional design? The way you teach, what you will do in the first 10 minutes, what you will do in the
Delivery of
next
the content.
what you will do in the last 10 minutes. That is what we have to design. It is not a very big process. I will come and sit in your department for 1 month and I will show you for all topics how simple it is to teach, how simple it is to design this delivery of our content. That is what he has found. Instructional design can be used to reduce the cognitive load in learners. Is that right? Yes, madam? So
Yes, sir.
that
Yes,
is
sir.
what I am trying to tell you. Other things are not that important, but what I am trying to tell you is, now did we understand why we discussed about this particular topic? I think now madam from Bihar has come there. Am I right?
Yes.
Now I am able to see her. So now I don't know whether you were there from the beginning of 9 o'clock.
So I had a class, so I was in the class.
So this is the problem with the head of the department. This is the problem with principal. This is the problem with the HOD. This is the problem with the owner of the college. You take the class and then go for the training session. And if you ask Ramya madam, she will tell you, you have missed so much because we discussed all relevant things about the teacher and the teaching life. So now we are talking about that cognitive load, and it is somewhat an abstract topic because we are not done research in cognitive load or psychology, and that is what they found out that the only way you can reduce the load, cognitive load on the students is to change your instructional design and to improvise your instructional design, improvise the methodology, improvise in such a way that you feel lighter, the student feels lighter. Otherwise, he is not able to. He has already fallen in love with not a girlfriend, a boyfriend. He has fallen in love with the Android phone. In the Android phone, he is busy with Android phone. He is not interested in food. He is not interested in breakfast. He is interested only in Android phone. And not only students, even yourself and myself, at the age of a senior citizen, I am also fallen in love with my Android phone. So because of this, if you are trying to teach me a particular subject, my brain refuses to understand because my load has increased. It is like viral load. I think all of you know about COVID-19. Madam Ramya,
Yes, sir.
thousands of doctors have died. Thousands of doctors have died in this COVID-19.
Yes, sir.
And I asked one of my friend who is a doctor, why doctor is dying? He says that is called viral load. That is called viral load. He is wearing a mask. He is wearing a PPE kit. He is wearing a PPE kit. He is washing his hands. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
May I
Yes.
know your name?
Yes, sir. Now we can hear you. Initially, we were not able to, and I was not able to see the screen also, and I was
Your
unable
good
to
name?
type
Your
in the
good
chat
name?
box.
Your good name?
Sir, I'm Mrs. Asha Deshpande. My connectivity is really low, so I cannot see the screen shared, and that is the reason I am only able to listen,
Okay, are
and
you
that
able
is
to
also
hear me
sometimes
now?
breaking.
Or did
Yes,
you
sir. Now
listen to
I
me
am, but
what
the
I
voice
spoke
is
about
breaking in
cognitive load?
between.
Did you listen to me about cognitive load?
A little bit of it, sir, because voice was breaking, so I could hear a little bit, and I was unable to type in the chat box that I can't hear also.
Yeah, but you are not able to type also in the chat box, huh?
No, I was not able to type. I was trying, but I was unable to
Anyway,
type.
now let us pray God that you will be able to listen to our voice now. Is that clear? You are from which department, madam?
So I'm from English department. I'm from Goa, the King's School.
Okay. Now, madam, you take classes for which semester students?
So for the school, I teach 7th, 8th. I'm taking school classes. I'm not a professor. I'm a teacher.
Okay, no problem. Now tell me, let us say you have a class. You have a class on Monday. Now let me not open the PowerPoint presentation. Now you have a class on Monday for 1 hour. Am I right? See, now madam has stopped talking. Now who is able to talk to me? Nobody is talking. Can all of you say good morning at least? Madam from, madam, you have to show a hand, but you have to speak.
Yes, sir.
बात करना हाथ.
Am I audible, sir?
You are audible.
Am I
But
audible, sir?
yes, you are audible. Okay, you teach which subject? You are also
I teach
teaching
science.
basic science, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you have a class on Monday for 1 hour. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you discuss something about that topic. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Don't nod the head. You have to tell me all answers by voice, not by hand. Not by hand. Don't say like this. You have to talk.
Okay,
You
sir.
have to talk. 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 बात करना चाहिए.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
अभी ऐसा दिखा दिया. So you are enjoying now. So please talk. Okay? No, see, now
Yes,
she
sir.
is not. Okay. Now you have a class on Monday for 1 hour. You have taken and you have
Okay, sir.
discussed about the topic. I am not telling what topic. Okay? Now
Okay, sir.
Tuesday you have 1 more hour at table for the same set of students.
Okay, sir.
What do you do on Tuesday when you go to the classroom in the first 5 minutes of the class? Don't tell me I'm taking attendance, I'm rubbing the board, I'm greeting them, good morning. All that is, I don't
No,
want to
sir.
answer.
Whenever we are taking another class, like we usually discuss the things that we have discussed in the previous sessions, so that revision is the most important thing.
Word. What is that one?
Revision, recalling of the all the things that we have studied in the previous sessions.
Yes, there is one word for that process. In one word, you can tell that. Revise, recall,
Revise, sir.
recap.
Revision, I have said.
Don't explain.
Recapitulation.
Explain. Don't explain. Just give me one word. What is that one word? Revise, recall,
Revising,
recap.
recall, recap,
That is
recapitulation.
that is all. So now, how do you do recap? Can you just tell me?
So usually I ask, usually when I enter the class, I show them some like nowadays we are taking the classes online. So I'm showing some video clips and like brainstorming quizzes and some buzz groups I form, and then I ask them that what do you think after looking at this? Some activities. So
do you know across the country how the recap is done? Across the world, the recap is done by the teacher. Simply the teacher will say, students, in the last class we discussed about Newton's first law, Newton's second law, Newton's third law.
no, not like
and
this, sir. No,
examples
not
of
like
the
this, sir. I usually give them some task to do. And then, like today, just now, I was taking the classes and I was teaching them about buoyancy. So when I entered the class, I said, how many of you know swimming? So they all raised their hands and I said, can you give me few techniques how to float because I don't know how to swim. Then they were saying, ma'am, it's very easy. You have to just keep your hands like this and
Yes.
you have to make your float. It will be helping. The water will push you up. So it's easy.
Correct.
So I said, this
So-
is buoyancy. So this is how I recap the things in the classroom.
Correct. So what it means is you have to do innovative way of recap. Innovative way of recap, not just conventional way of saying last class we studied this class we will continue from there. And when you are telling about what all the topics you discussed in the last class, not many people are paying attention. One or two people may be paying attention. The balance people, they are busy with their work. आपका काम आप करो, मेरा काम मैं करेगा.
Yes.
आपका काम आप करो, मेरा काम मैं करेगा. So ऐसा हो जाता. इसलिए now let us see what one teacher did for recap of his previous class. I want to show you a PowerPoint presentation. This is not prepared by me, it is prepared by the teacher. And he told me I did the recap in this way. And he wants to know the feedback from all of you, whether he is doing a better job of recap of the previous session. Is that right? Shall I tell you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now just watch this. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to share the screen and then you can tell me whether that recap process is nice or no. Is that right?
Okay, sir.
All of us are teachers. If somebody asks a question of one line, we will give 100 lines as an answer, right?
Yes, sir.
That we have to change because students, they want answer to the point rather than too much of content, because first thing is basics and concepts have to be understood. Concepts have to be understood, and then it is easy for him to take it forward. Our job is to make the students to fall in love with the subject which we are teaching. Our job is not simply dictating the notes or creating the question answer session. This question is important, that question is important. No, that is not what he is interested. He wants to understand the basic concepts and fundamentals. Now I am going to show you this. Are you able to see anything on my screen?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
What is the title? I know that the color and all is may not be good for us. Yeah, what is the title of this slide?
Computer scramble.
What do you mean by the word
Scramble.
scramble? What do you mean by the word scramble?
There is something mixed up and we have to solve it.
Yes. So can you tell me there is something given in the bottom of the screen?
Discover the hidden terminology in computer science.
So he took 1 hour class on the very first day of the college, and it was done for a first semester students, and they are just 17 years old. They have just completed their 12th standard and they have joined a degree college or engineering college. And now you can imagine that, he is doing this 1 hour class of teaching. And in that first hour, you don't start teaching, you introduce, you tell about the syllabus, you tell about the textbook, you tell about the reference book, you tell about the last year's question papers. So then he gave introduction to computers, and then now he is doing the recap this way. So can you tell me, what is obviously it is scrambled, it is jumbled, all the letters are not in order. So anybody can tell me, not necessarily only English faculty or science faculty, computer science faculty.
Is my voice audible now?
Yeah, it's audible. Madam.
Yes, pa. Thank you, pa. Kevin, okay. What is the experiment, Kevin?
the beginning. From the beginning, it is audible to me. I have never had a.
What is it? B is equal to IR.
Yeah, tell me what is this answer?
Where do you apply this Ohm's law, Kevin?
I don't know what you are talking. I am saying this is a recap for 1 hour
Okay, fine.
session.
வேற எங்கயா practical பார்த்திருக்கியா? Ohm's law application direct.
Reena ma'am, can you please mute your mic? Reena ma'am.
அதான் ஏதாவது ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா ஒரு டிவைஸ் சொல்லு. ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா ஒரு டிவைஸ் சொல்லு.
Reena ma'am. Yes, sir, it's done. She is muted.
Request some people to avoid crosstalk. In fact, I am going to talk about the Ohm's law, so they can wait for that. Hello?
So, yes, sir, it's solved. She has muted her mic, so we can continue.
Okay, now who is going to give me an answer for this scrambled word or a jumbled word? You have to rearrange the letters in such a way that you will get the right answer. But I can give you the hint. But I am surprised that you are not giving me an answer.
I am able to do only 2 words, unit, logic, and the rest I am able to.
Now mathematics teacher also can guess what is the first word.
Arithmetic logical unit.
Okay. See. Now the answer has come there. What is the answer?
Arithmetic logic unit.
So now, when let me complete this next question also, then we will summarize. What is the next one?
Memory unit.
Memory unit, right? And what is the third one? What is the third one?
Control unit.
Control unit. Fantastic. Can you tell me what is the fourth one?
Hardware.
Absolutely wonderful. Now, can you tell me what will be the next question? What the student will think about the next question? What is the possible thinking in the mind of a student about the next question?
Maybe software.
That is where the trick of a teacher. He will not give software because the student is about to tell. Because you told for every right answer you will give 1 5-star chocolate. So he is telling before the question, sir, the answer for the next question is software. And that is when the teacher comes into the picture. He says, no way, that is not the answer. This is another word. I know it is slightly tricky word, but I will give you the hint because that is the role of a teacher in the classroom. If the right answer does not come after 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or 30 seconds, you have to give some hint and a clue. So it is unit of time. Anybody can tell me? Unit of time. Nobody is telling me. Unit of time. Unit of time. Bihar madam also should be able to tell because it's a unit of time. Unit of time, I said. Nobody is telling me. Unit of time, I said, madam.
Candle.
What is the unit of time? At least tell me. What is known to us? Nobody is telling. What is the unit of time? Nobody is telling me the unit of time. Science madam from Bihar. Did I ask you a complicated question? बात नहीं कर रहा है, हम क्या करना मालूम नहीं. Hello, are you able to hear me?
We do not know the answer, sir.
Unit of
we don't know.
TIME, time.
Nanosecond.
Nanosecond is the perfect answer. You are from which branch, sir? Nobody is telling. So what is the answer, Bihar madam?
Sir, nanosecond.
But why you are taking
it's
so much?
It's showing on the screen, but
okay.
I was not knowing the answer.
Tell me now. What is the next one? What is the next one? Nanosecond is over, right? The next one. It is 2-word answer. It is a 2-word. Can you tell me what the last word at least? This word is 4 letters. Last word is 4 letters.
Last is code.
4 letters. Last word is
Code.
4 letters.
Code.
Code. So what is the first 6 letters? Science madam can easily tell because in science we teach this.
Binary code.
Ah. So now what is the answer? Binary code. So now tell me, if this is the way, the teacher does, if this is the way the teacher does recap, will that be a more cognitive load on the brain of a student or less cognitive load on the brain of a student, Dr. Ramya?
I think it will be less cognitive load because we have given him ample input and it is going to be a recap.
And now you can also reduce further cognitive load on the brain of a student by making 5 students in a team and say, as a team, you can discuss and tell me the answer, right? So this is how progressively you have to take the students from the lower level to higher level. You cannot do high jump and long jump in one day. In a staircase, you can jump 2 steps at a time, but can you jump 20 steps at a time?
No.
Maybe a high jump Olympics player can do, but not all of us, right? So that is why the cognitive load should be reduced with the instructional design. I will avoid the conventional type of recap because that is not helping them to pay attention, because the cognitive load on their mind and their brain and their working memory is becoming more than what is possible. Therefore, I will make them to work in a team. I will make them to discuss. I will make them to give wrong answer. And then I will give the hint. Then I will give the clue. And then I will get the answer from them. But once the answer comes from the vocal cord of the student, then you have made him to fall in love with that teaching learning process, and the student will take care of itself. Is that clear to you, Ramya?
Yes, sir.
So I have shown you some examples of 1 or 2 examples I will show you before we give a coffee break now, because at 11:30 also I have to take a session, right? I'll give you coffee break, but let me show you another one more type of So I don't know if you have, I'm not saying I will talk about only what is computers, but I have taken computers because nowadays every child of a school also knows what is computer. Maybe we are not teaching the computer science subject. Ramya madam, generally to complete the subject, how many hours time will be given to you by your university, madam, in a semester?
In a semester, English we have around 90 hours, sir.
90 hours. Assume that 90 hours. Now let us say I am also English teacher. I completed the syllabus in 88 hours, madam.
Okay.
Have you understood, madam?
Yes, I understood.
I have completed the syllabus in 88 hours. What should I do? What should I do in the next 2 hours, madam?
I can revise, I can give them a kind of test
How
or
do I revise 88 hours of content in 2 hours, madam?
a kind of quiz.
Yes, one is quiz. Now, have you heard of a word known as crossword?
Yes, sir.
And now you see one teacher from Tamil Nadu, I remember, he conducted a crossword to revise that 88 hours of syllabus or whatever 44 hours of syllabus. When he completed the syllabus, and the subject was what? There is one subject which he teaches. Can you tell me the name of the subject?
OOPS, object-oriented programming.
So that means you know what is OOPS, right? So now
Little bit.
what is crossword, I will not tell you because you would have seen this in Tamil newspaper on Sunday morning. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Sometimes in Kumudam magazine and all other magazines also you will get it.
Yes.
Now in this there is something known as left to right and top to bottom. What do you mean by left to right?
Words will start from left to right.
So now this is the left to right and this is top to bottom. So there is one question, not in C but in C++, and in brackets there is one number 5. What is that 5, madam? Nobody.
The
Five.
word contains 5 letters.
The column number.
5 letters.
5 letters.
See?
Column numbers.
Same.
Or hint is there.
5
hint.
letters.
So that is the hint. 7 letters, 5 letters, 9 letters, 4 letters. So now how many questions he has prepared for the topic, madam, or for the whole subject?
24 questions.
24 questions. Let us wait for a computer science teacher to give the answer for the first question, madam. Not in C, but in C++. It is a 5-letter word. Anybody can give me answer?
Class, sir. Class.
Yeah?
Class.
Absolutely wonderful. You got a 5-star chocolate for the right answer. So now, if a student is not able to answer, no problem. We will make 5 students as a team and tell them, all 5 of you can discuss and tell me what is that 5-letter word which will be the answer for this question. And if one student is not able to recall or not able to remember, at least other students in the group will help. And assuming that all 5 have forgotten the subject, other team will do. So when one team is performing better and you are awarding and rewarding them with something as a motivation, then this team which has not done well today, they will try to do well tomorrow. Is that right or wrong? Nobody.
Right.
So now, when I do the revision of 88 hours in the form of a crossword, will it be more of cognitive load or will it be less of cognitive load? Nobody is telling.
Sir, can you repeat?
When you do the revision of 88 hours of your teaching in 1 hour or 2 hours, will that
It is more of a load.
more load? So, but if you use this methodology of crossword, will it become lesser load or more load?
It will be somewhere in between.
So, and now if you make them to work as a team, the load will still reduce.
Yes,
Do you agree?
exactly.
So that is what I am trying to tell you, that that is what is the today's topic, cognitive load approach for collaborative learning. Are you able to understand why it is called collaborative learning? Collaborative learning is much more efficient than individual learning. But it does not mean that every hour you have to do collaborative learning. The important topics, important basics, concepts, fundamentals, if they are learnt by the students in a collaborative way, then the cognitive load will reduce on each individual. They will be able to process the information. They will be able to understand. They will be able to go to higher levels of learning. That is what we called it as critical thinking, or Bloom's taxonomy, or higher levels of learning, or deeper learning. Whatever, everything can happen when you make them to work collaboratively initially. Afterwards, slowly the team size can be reduced to 2 people also. Are you getting my point or no?
Yes.
So with that, I am going to stop
Yes, sir.
because I'm only going to take the next hour class at 11:30. I will call this as a coffee break or a water break or a tea break or a bio break, whatever break you want to call it. Enjoy the break of nearly 1,800 seconds, but be there back at 11:30, properly 11:30. Is that right? And if
Yes.
your director or principal or HOD is telling you to take a theory class or a laboratory class, give me his phone number. I will talk to him and tell him not to give the class to you. And all principals and vice chancellors have conducted enough leadership trainings in India. Don't worry. I know all vice chancellors. I know all the principals. I know Sandeep Sancheti himself. So therefore, no problem at all. So you don't have to have the fear. You will not be suspended because you are not taking a theory class. So I know how to speak to them and make alternate arrangements for your classes. So thank you for this morning session of 9 to 11. I'm breaking the class right now. The reason is 11:30 you have to come back. But don't come late, okay? But in our country, unfortunately, we go late for every meeting. So don't do that, okay? Thank you.